Hey guys, there's something I need you to understand about me. Yes, I'm a pastor, but I'm also human. I have questions I don't always know how to answer. I have prayed, I prayed prayers that seem to hit the ceiling and fall right back down on me. I have stood beside people I love while they hurt, and sometimes all I could do was put my hand on their shoulder and say, I'm here. I have had moments when I wondered why God didn't intervene sooner. I have cried. I have been afraid. I have been disappointed. I have failed. And there have been times when I have stood in front of you to preach about faith while quietly asking God for a little bit more of it for myself. I'm not telling you this because I want your sympathy. I'm telling you this because I don't want you to make the mistake of thinking that your pastor has somehow arrived at a place where he no longer struggles. I haven't. I'm still becoming, I'm still learning, I'm still being broken down and rebuilt by the same God I preach about. And maybe that's exactly where some of you are right now. You're sitting in a church, smiling at everyone around you, singing the songs, saying the right things, but inside you are exhausted. You have questions you're afraid to ask. You have wounds you don't know how to explain. You have prayed for things that never happened. You've buried people you thought would still be here. You've watched relationships fall apart. You've made decisions you wish you could undo. I know I do. And maybe you've wondered if God still wants you. Listen to me. He does. I don't care how far you've wandered. I don't care how many times you have failed. I don't care how long you've been angry with God. I don't care what you've done. Jesus still wants you. And I know that because I need the same Jesus. I can't stand before you and pretend that I'm better than you. I am not. I am simply a man who has been given the incredible privilege and honor of pointing people towards someone who is worthy, and that is Jesus. You see, I may disappoint you someday. I may have already disappointed some of you. I will say the wrong things. I will make the wrong decisions. There will be days when I don't have the answer you desperately want. There may even be moments when you look at me and think, how can he preach about grace when he is so imperfect? And my answer is simple, because I know what grace feels like. I need it too. I don't preach grace because I have mastered it. I preach grace because I have needed it on many occasions. See, I don't preach forgiveness because I have never needed forgiveness. I preach forgiveness because I have stood in the place where I needed someone to forgive me. And I don't preach about Jesus because I have become like him. Oh, no. I preach about Jesus because I haven't. Not yet, and neither have you. And that's okay. Because the good news of Christianity isn't that Jesus came to find perfect people. He came for people like us, people who fall, people who run, people who doubt, people who hurt, and people who are afraid. People who sometimes believe and sometimes struggle to believe. People who desperately want to be better but keep discovering how far they fall short. People like me, people like you. I can never be as good as Jesus. I can never love like Jesus. I can never forgive like Jesus. I can never be as free as Jesus. I can never carry what Jesus carried. I can never take away your sin. I can never promise you that you'll never hurt again. I can never guarantee that life will go the way you want it to. But I can point you to the one who can walk with you through all of it, and that is Jesus. And here's the thing. I want you to remember, when you leave this place, there will come a day when you won't need your pastor anymore. There will come a day when you won't need a church building anymore. There will come a day when you won't need another sermon. There will come a day when every question you ever had will finally have an answer. And when that day comes, I don't want you looking for me. I want you looking for him, because I am not the destination. I am just a sign pointing towards home. And if you remember nothing else if I ever say to you, remember this: don't follow me, follow Jesus. If I ever lead you somewhere that takes you away from him, don't follow me. If I ever become more important than him, Look past me. If my words ever become more important than his word, choose him. Because Jesus is more than me. He is more than you. He is more than our mistakes. He is more than the church. He is more than our denominations, more than our traditions, more than our fears, more than our failures, more than the worst thing we've ever done. And somehow, unbelievably, he still chooses us. Think about that. The God who knows everything about you still loves you. He knows the thoughts you never told anyone. He knows the tears you cried when nobody was watching. He knows the sin you hope nobody discovers. He knows the phone call you're afraid to make. He knows the person you haven't forgiven. He knows the night you thought you couldn't go on. He knows the questions you've been afraid to ask. He knows. He knows. And he stays. That's Jesus. And maybe right now you don't need another person telling you to try harder. Maybe you don't need another list of things you need to fix. Maybe you just need someone to tell you that there is still a Savior who loves you exactly where you are and loves you too much to leave you there. So come to him. Come with your questions. Come with your doubts. Come with your broken heart. Come with your shame. Come with your failures. Come with the pieces of your life that you don't know how to put back together. Bring all of it, because Jesus isn't afraid of your brokenness. He was broken too. And when you have nothing left to give, he doesn't say, try harder. He says, come to me. And maybe that's what I need to hear sometimes too, because behind the pulpit, behind the title, behind the Bible in my hand, behind the words I preach, I am just a man who needs Jesus too. And when everything else is stripped away, that's all I really want to be. Not the pastor everyone remembers. Not the man who always had the answers. Not the man who never made a mistake. Oh, I wish I could say that. I'm just a man who spent his life pointing people towards Jesus. Because when my voice is finally silent, when my work is finally finished, when this earthly life is over, I don't want anyone talking about how good I was. I want them to say, he taught me where to find Jesus. Because Jesus is more than me, more than you, more than all of us. And when everything else is gone, he will still be there. And if he's there, then we have everything, because Jesus is enough. He's always been enough, and he always will be enough. Love you guys. Be blessed to be a blessing.